Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome back to the Sunday football review for round 7 of the NRL. This might be a pretty quick review tonight. I have not gotten better. I have a bit of a cough now. My little cold I had is all cleared up. It's just got a really bad cough at the moment, and I don't want to talk too long because I'll just start coughing like crazy again. So let's get into the Sunday football review. Hope everyone had a great Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed the two games on Sunday footy. We saw Cronulla beat Manly 40 points to 22, and we saw the Tigers smash the Bulldogs 34 points to 6. Honestly, I thought both games were just shit. There was not much positivity about today's games. They were both bludgers, to be honest. I thought Manly were really poor against Cronulla, and I thought the West Tigers were just way too good for the Bulldogs. I feel like an idiot because I tipped Manly and the Bulldogs. I had $50 on Manly and they lost, so that's kind of annoying. But let's go back to the first game of the day where we saw Cronulla beat Manly 40 points to 22. My God, I think we saw the difference between Manly when they don't have Tom Trbojevic. They're a bit of a one-man team, I think, the Seagulls. Bit hard to say, bit. It's just honest truth, you know. People won't want to say that. It's a one-man team with Tommy Turbo there at the moment. I mean, Manly have a pretty tough draw coming up. I got some big games. Got Newcastle next week, so that'll be an interesting game. That one there. They made a change before kickoff. They put Ruben Garrick at fullback and Brendan Elliott on the wing, and you can clearly see that it did not work. I think Ruben Garrick should have been on the wing. Elliott should have been at fullback. I thought the Sharks were outstanding. In particular, I thought Johnson and Townsend played really well. I thought Sione Katoa was great. I thought Andrew Fafita off the bench was really solid. Matty Moylan had a solid performance. Yeah, look, I just thought the Sharks were just a lot more hungry today than the Seagulls. The Seagulls were really some of the tries they conceded were very soft. The one that Dugan scored early in the second half, it was like 2-3 minutes in, was just one of the easiest tries I've ever seen. Josh Dugan could have been on a fucking walking stick and scored that try. It was soft as. Where to for Manly? Well, I think they're going to have to figure out how to score points without Tom Trbojevic. I know they scored 22 points today, but they're going to have to try and get some defensive things right if they're going to win next week. I'm not sure who's available. I know a lot of people are calling for the young kid Albert Hopewade to get a run in at fullback for Manly, but you don't want to be putting too much pressure on the young kids these days. But with all the injuries Manly got at the moment, no Tom Trbojevic, it's a big loss for the Seagulls, and they need to find a way to win without him. So if not, they're going to struggle a little bit. So they're going to have to find something there to fix up. But look, I thought take nothing away from the Sharks. I thought they were outstanding. Like I said, they were absolutely on fire today. Now, some stats here for you guys. Andrew Fafita, right, off the bench, 150 metres, and Toby Rudolph as well, 116 metres off the bench. That is outstanding from Fafita and Toby Rudolph. I've been critical of Fafita about his weight, but I'd still like him to lose a couple more kilos, but he's playing some good footy off the bench at the moment. Jesse Ramian, 111 metres. It's good to see Chad Townsend getting more involved too. 3 try assists today, Johnson 2, Moylan 2. So it's good to see the spine of Moylan, Johnson and Townsend starting to click. I thought Blake Bradley had a fair game as well. For Manly, I thought Cherry Evans was really poor. I thought Fanil Blake was their best player. Jake Trbojevic tried as usual, but Lachlan Kruger had a fair game. But Manly were just awful. I thought Curtis Sheridan played well as well, but everyone else for Manly just wasn't on today. It wasn't working. So my best 3 on ground in this Sharks and Seagulls game, I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go with Andrew Fafita. Number 2, I'm going to go with Sione Katoa. Thought he had another great performance. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Shaun Johnson. Been heavily criticised. I thought he had a good game, so I'll give Johnson my man of the match, and I'll give the Manly Seagulls performance a 3.5 out of 10, and I'll give the Sharks performance an 8 out of 10. Now let's move on to the game that we just seen. What a shit game. The Tigers beating the Bulldogs 34 points to 6. Seriously, this game was so shit. At half time, I think it was 16-6 the Tigers. The Bulldogs were in it at half time, but the Bulldogs just don't have any points at the moment. Kieran Foran and Adam Elliott are trying their guts out, but that's about it at the moment. Foran and Elliott, that's the only people that are really having a go for the Bulldogs at the moment. They get Luke Thompson there next week. I think he's eligible to play too, so I think he'll make a huge difference to the way the Bulldogs play. But I don't know if a front row is going to solve all their problems. Their outside backs are shit. They lack a lot of creativity. Outside of Foran in the halves, it's not much attack. Brendan Wakeham's okay, but he's not consistent. Lachlan Lewis is the other backup half, but he's inconsistent. Jack Hogg is inconsistent. If I was the Bulldogs, I would honestly go to the market. I would look at the Super League, and there's two guys over there that are absolutely killing it. That would be a good fit at the Bulldogs. I think Blake Austin would be a good fit, and I think Jackson Hastings as well. Either of those two would be a great fit for the Bulldogs, just to help Kieran Foran out. Come on. Another guy over there that a lot of people may not know, but I think that everyone will know about him sometime soon. Young 5'8" from St. Helens, Johnny Lomax. He could also be a good fit for the Bulldogs. They need another half to help Foran out. Lewis, Cogger, and Wakeham are too inconsistent. And I think the Bulldogs, they need some strike. They got no strike in the team. Botanis Lesniak doesn't offer much. Hopewade got injured, which is a shame. Remus Smith's a gun player. Jacko Varello's good. Carrot Holland is fucking shit. Bulldogs have got some issues to work out, and I think they might need a hooker as well. So the Bulldogs need 3 or 4 pieces to get together before they go anywhere. But I think they might be in for a long year, the Bulldogs. But I'm looking forward to seeing Luke Thompson play next week. Hopefully he plays against South. But as for the Tigers, wow. They were great. I thought Harry Grant was outstanding. Another great performance from Harry Grant. Tommy Talai was great. Nofaluma was solid as you would normally expect. Josh Alloway is in some fantastic form at the moment. The West Tigers, for mine, they're either going to be this year. They're either going to just make the 8 or they're going to finish 9th. To be honest, they're going to be close to top 8, I think. But they're going okay. The Tigers. I thought what's his name? If I can find it here. I thought Luke Brooks had a really good game as well. He was really good for the Tigers today. I thought Adam Dewey was unlucky to not score 3 tries. He was denied twice, and then he finally got a try. But the Tigers were too good. The Bulldogs were really poor, and I feel sorry for Dean Pay because he's under a lot of pressure at the moment, and it's not looking good for Dean Pay. But I wish Dean Pay all the best. I think he's a good coach, but at the moment, it just hasn't got the roster that he needs, and it might be a long year for the Bulldogs. They need to get some quality players. They should do what Canberra do. Look at the Super League. There's some quality players over there. If I want a centre, there's a guy called Oliver Gildard who's another gun player. So, for crying out loud, the Bulldogs should seriously look at the Super League. I heard a rumour that they were looking at Nick Kotrick, but that's just fake news, I think. But my best 3 players on ground for the West Tigers in this game against the Bulldogs. Number 3, I'll go with David Nofaluma. Number 2, I'm going to go with Josh Alloway. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Harry Grant. Thought he was absolutely outstanding. I'll give the Bulldogs' performance tonight a 2 out of 10. They were terrible. And I give the Tigers' performance an 8 out of 10. Thought they were terrific. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the Sunday football review. Hope you guys enjoyed the games of football today. What was I going to say? My Team of the Week video will be coming out tomorrow morning, most likely. Probably about 8 o'clock in the morning. So stay tuned for that tomorrow morning. Hope your team won on the weekend. If not, I hope they win next week. Anyway, make sure you guys go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm getting out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.